Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here. And Piper is right here at my feet, sort of like right behind me. I can't back up here. So she's right here with us. Sheila from Amsterdam says, hello, Diana and Piper. I hope you're doing well without hurricanes and floods. And Sheila also says, hello, everyone. And Rush says, hello, Diana and friends. Sheila, we've had tornadoes. Ohio has ranked highest in the nation this year for tornadoes. And I think that's a first. I don't think that's ever happened. And I've had recently like 5 or 6, a little too close to me for comfort. But my angels watch over us and keep us safe. And I had heavy rain, but I haven't even had the hail. It's like it is in my backyard and stops in the backyard and doesn't come up to the house type of thing. So we've been very fortunate. Thank you. Juliet says, hello and happy Friday, everyone. Yes, we love Fridays, don't we? That's because I'm here, right? Hello, Akila. She says, hello, everyone. So good to see all of you. I really appreciate your all coming live when you can. That's so exciting to me because you help hold this energy. And, sitting here staring at the computer screen is harder for me than standing in front of an audience of thousands. So I'm going to start doing that. I don't know that the audience will be of thousands, but even an audience of 10. So I'm going to start doing some live things again. Today's video, Philip is going to talk to us about healing, and we appreciate your questions. If you have questions of a general nature that will be of interest, esoteric nature of interest to our whole audience, just put them in the comments below, or you can even email me. If you have personal questions, my number's below. Just give me a call and we'll get a session set up for you. Of course, we'll also get an answer for our week from one of my books, The Master's Book of Phillip. Phillip, as you know, is my spirit guide. And this is just an oracle book. I use it every day. I just open and say, okay, what's your wisdom for me today, Philip? And, those of you who have been with us for a while, you get it. It's amazing how accurate this book is. So please do listen to the message. And Philip is always upbeat at the end, even if he gives us the doom and gloom at the beginning. But this is a little bit different. Next week, we will do the predictions. I think next week I'm looking over here at the calendar. That's the last Friday of the month. So we will do the predictions for the month of May. Don't like predictions of that nature. I really prefer working with individuals because I can read their energy so much easier than reading the whole world, because the world energy, I find it hard to predict the world because there's so much conflicting energy, and we're in that pattern. It used to be much easier, but next week. Okay. I learned some things about healing, and I hope you will too. Here we go. The question is, could you please elaborate on what you mean when you speak of healing? And here's what Phillip tells us. I was really kind of surprised at this that comes up at the beginning, but it makes sense. Here we go. We understand why the use of the word healing is not clear. It is a word that encompasses much. Even the numbers of the words healing and heal have significant meaning. Okay. I'm not a numerologist, but here we go. The word heal, H-E-A-L, is made up of 4 letters. 4 represents the 4 elements of the earth. It also says those who watch over you from spirit world are close. If we look at the letters that make up the word heal, H-E-A-L, we learn the numbers equate to 8, which is the number for karma, regeneration, and personal power. If we look at the word healing, H-E-A-L-I-N-G, it has 7 letters, the number of the mystical and the intellect and philosophical. 7 is the number of your intuition and of inner knowing. Now, if you give numerical value to each letter, healing equates to the number 3, another powerful number. 3 is spiritual guidance, communication, and divine protection. And, if we think about when we're in need of healing, whether physical or emotional, or if we consider the spirit needing healing, all of this numerology then makes sense to me. And I honestly never would have thought of that, but that's what Phillip comes up with. It amazes me. Okay, he goes on to say, healing, or to heal, is the work of aligning the mind and body with the spirit. I'm going to repeat that because I think that's really the crux of what healing is. Healing, or to heal, is the work of aligning the mind and body with the spirit. This is the task of each human as you experience life. We have often said that as you heal those who lived before you and those who will come after you. This is true because all is energy. And as you change the energy within you, that new energy vibrates out from you, and anyone can become part of that healing energy. To become part of that healing energy, whether from the past, present, or future, one must themselves be in the vibrational arena of the healing energy. By this, we mean you cannot allow the mind to be in pain and discord and expect the miracle of healing to take place. To heal, concentration is to be on the healing, not the wound. This is not to say you are to ignore the pain. Doing so is not healing. It creates pain that is then dispersed into others, often in unkind ways. So what I'm hearing here is to be in the healing. We can moan and groan about the pain and do that sometimes, but then leave that space and really get into our little girl's itching back there, isn't she? Yeah, we just put flea medicine on it a week ago, and I don't know. We've had a bath. Anyway, she's still scratching, but we'll take care of that later. But what Phillip is saying here is we can moan and groan, but then we have to move out of the moaning and groaning and move into the healing energy. And so the more we think about gratitude for the healing, even though we're sitting there in pain, we can say, oh, thank you for this healing. Or we can also yell and scream and say, get us healed. We can also say, okay, I'm going to moan and groan for the next 10 minutes, and then I'm going to call a friend and hope that friend has empathy because I am just in a lot of pain. And we can ask for healing from others, and that energy from them helps us to move into that healing energy. So even though we're in pain, we need to move into that place of where we know there's healing taking place and can even visualize it if we can get to that point. So we got to be in the energy of healing before we can actually heal. Okay, getting into that energy, though, isn't always easy. Not, especially if we're on medication of some sort. A few years ago, several years now, I had a motorcycle spill, and I didn't get back home. This has been maybe, 12 years or so. I didn't get back home for 2 months. So I spent a lot of time in the hospital, and then I spent time in a nursing home, and then I was still in a wheelchair because of broken bones. I spent some time with at a friend's house. In the meantime, my neighbors and my friends, one friend drove over an hour every day to come up and take care of my animals and take care of my home. So I was very blessed. And I will tell you, once I got off the medication, because I don't do well on pain meds, and once I was able to get off the medication, I was able to reach a point of pure bliss. I reached that point of just being in spirit, because I had to let go of, I can't worry about clients. I can't worry about this. I can't worry about paying bills. I can't worry about cleaning the house. People did all that for me. I have to concentrate on just healing. And as I say, that's not necessarily an easy place to get, but that is getting into the energy of healing. And that's what's required to heal. Phillip goes on to say, to heal, recognize the pain is of the mind and body. You must heal both, for one alone is only partial healing. In the modern world, it is said mind, body, spirit, but those who understand healing say spirit, mind, body. You are spirit, which speaks via your mind, which then speaks to your body. To heal a wound in the body without delving into the depths of the mind and spirit to understand the cause of the body's need of healing is only adding a band-aid to the wound. It is the mind that has directed the body to create the wound, to call you to heal the deeper wound. This is true whether the wound is of the heart or of the body. The wound may be of this lifetime or of another. Or, and listen carefully to this, or if you are a healer, you may have asked for the wound to understand and have empathy for those who suffer this type of wounding. Spirit has no wounds, and you are spirit. By the way, if you're a healer, you will work and heal those wounds. And remember, if you're healing your wound, you're also healing ancestors' wounds and those who will come after you. Phillip goes on to say, Spirit has no wounds. Spirit has no wounds. Spirit's perfect. Spirit's pure love. Remember that. And you are spirit. We all are. We are spirit. The soul, or the line of all your lifetimes, carries the wounds that are not healed. To explain the difference between spirit and soul, I have a video of what does the umbrella have to do with life, or what does an umbrella have to do with spirit, something like that, and that will explain. So the soul is the line, it's like the story, our story of all of our lifetimes, and it carries the wounds that aren't healed. The spirit is what we truly are, and we're perfect. We have no wounds. Phillip goes on to say, when caught in a wound, you are to look at your soul's lifeline to learn what the wound represents. If the wound has been with you through many lifetimes, it will be deeper, thus requiring deeper healing to take place. If you are in touch with your spirit, truly in touch with your deeper self, the healing will be quick and rewarding. Therefore, it is advised to look at each wound as a gift for healing of the self that then adds to the healing of all. That's a hard place to get to, but we can get there. Therefore, it is advised to look at each wound as a gift for healing of the self that then adds to the healing of all. I saw some people writing to us, so let's take a look here. Juliet says, so the numerology Phillip used would only apply to the English language, correct? I imagine, for example, the word for heal in another language would not produce that same vibration. That's correct. That's correct. But it might. But again, numerology, you would have to look at that. So yes, this was in English. So whatever the word heal is, that look at what the different numbers are spoken in your language. Thank you, Juliet. Spoken in your language, and then see what those numbers represent and what that has to do with your life. Chances are it's a way of it will take you deeper into the healing process and let you know that you are spirit and you're not alone. And those in spirit are here to help us, as well as the physical physicians or psychiatrists or whatever it is we need for that healing, psychics or whatever. Sheila says you can make some yarrow and calendula. I'm saying this wrong. Calendula oil or salve for Piper's ear. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I will do that. I will ask a friend who has a store about these particular ingredients and get them from her. She'll be able to help me. And Sheila says, I started making oils and salves this month for my healing. I need new glasses, don't I? Good for you. Yes, this is not, Phillip isn't saying don't listen to your healers. He's not saying that at all. He's saying absolutely do those things that require the healing, especially if it's a physical wound. If it's an emotional wound, it may take a therapist. So absolutely. And comfrey salve is great for healing, Sheila tells us. And Juliet said, this is a fascinating and helpful message. Thank you. Well, glad. We're always happy to hear that. I remember this week, I'm holding the book so I don't forget, because a couple of different times I've forgotten to give you the week's message. And if I forget, I print it in the comments below. But if I forget, send me a message, let me know. All right, here we go. We just open to any page. There we go. I'm hearing left. If you heard left, we're in sync intuitively. If you heard right, that's a message, though, you need to pay attention to. So left is page 62. And it says, first, listen to the greatness of your own thought. First, listen to the greatness of your own thought. And that's what he's saying here. Delve into spirit, mind, body, and listen to what spirit is telling you. Sheila, I know we've talked about this, and I know I've talked about this with Juliet and others. You are doing ancestral healing. So you may have a wound that is deeper and more difficult at times to heal. Those of us who work with ancestral healing, we agreed to that when we were still in spirit world. And that doesn't mean it's easy. It just means it may be a little bit more difficult to heal. So Sheila, thank you for the oils and etc. So remember, first, listen to the greatness of your own thought, because delve into spirit. Spirit's perfect. Look at your soul line, all of the stories you've lived. You might not see them all, but you will get, if you ask, what is this illness or this heartache? What is this helping me to know and heal? All right, if you heard right, this is a message for you. This is page 63. When you put yourself into an impossible situation, do you not then come to believe the impossible is possible? When you put yourself into an impossible situation, do you not then come to believe the impossible is possible? And that fits our message from Phillip about healing today too, because when we're in need of healing, whether physical or emotional, remember they're tied together. And so as we're healing, sometimes it feels like that wall is so big and we'll never get over it. But we come to believe we've put ourselves in an impossible situation. And then as we start to see the light, we come to believe the impossible is possible. So remember, my friends, first, listen to the greatness of your own thought. Sheila says, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, all who have come and said hello this morning to hold the energy as we're live. I deeply appreciate those who are able to come. Thank you. For the rest of you, thank you for being here, for being part of our community. I know not everyone can come live, so those who do, they help hold the energy for all of us. So thank you for listening and being a part of this community. Thank you for your likes, and thank you for your comments below, your comments here. And most of all, my friends, thank you for the love that you give to yourself and send out to the world. We are so blessed. Thank you. We love you. Until next week, when we do those predictions. In the meantime, this is a very interesting month here in the U.S. With the trial going on in New York City and the unrest and the election coming up. So Rush says, namaste. Bless you all. Thank you. See you soon. Love you. From both of us. Thank you.